colossal shadow hurtles through the void, mere weeks from brushing past our fragile world. At a distance closer than our own satellites dare to orbit. It's not some distant dream or ancient legend. It's happening now, in 2025, as the asteroid Apophis slices through the cosmic darkness, its jagged form twisting under invisible gravitational tugs, potentially unraveling secrets that could rewrite humanity's fate. What if this isn't just rock and metal? What if it's a vessel of chaos, carrying whispers from forgotten civilizations or engineered plagues designed to test our resilience? As alarms blare in hidden observatories and conspiracy forums ignite with frantic theories, one question lingers like a chill in the night air. Is Apophis truly harmless, or is it the harbinger we've been warned about in prophecies etched across millennia, a serpent of destruction uncoiling in our skies? In that electrifying moment of uncertainty, let's pull back the veil and explore the enigma unfolding above us. This asteroid, named after the Egyptian god of chaos and darkness, Apophis, is no mere speck in the telescope's eye. Discovered back in 2004 by astronomers peering through the night at Kitt Peak National Observatory, it initially sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Early calculations painted a terrifying picture. A 2.7% chance of slamming into Earth on April 13th, 2029. A Friday, the 13th, no less. As if the universe itself were scripting a cosmic horror tale. Picture it. A 340-meter behemoth, elongated like a scarred potato, composed of silicate rock, laced with nickel and iron, barreling at 7.4 kilometers per second. If it struck, the energy release could rival hundreds of megatons of TNT, vaporizing cities, triggering tsunamis, and cloaking the globe in dust that cools our climate for years. But here's where the mystery deepens. Additional observations. Radar pings from facilities like Arecibo and Goldstone, and the subtle detection of the Yarkovsky effect, that faint thermal thrust, shifting its path by mere meters annually, gradually erased that doom. By 2021, experts declared Earth safe from Apophis for at least a century. Yet, the whispers persist. Why did the probabilities shift so dramatically? Was it pure science, or something more concealed? Lurking in the shadows of this revelation is another visitor, one that commands headlines even as Apophis lurks closer. Enter the interstellar comet 3I Atlas, streaking from the depths beyond our solar system. Only the third such wanderer confirmed after Oumuamua in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. Right now, in this very month of September 2025, it's racing toward its closest solar approach on October 30th. Trailing a ghostly coma of ice and dust that Hubble has captured in teardrop splendor. At its nearest to Earth on December 19th, it will glide by at a staggering 268 million kilometers, far enough to fit our moon nearly 700 times over, posing no threat whatsoever. NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office and the European Space Agency affirm this with mathematical certainty. A hyperbolic trajectory flinging it back into the interstellar void, never to return. But why the obsession? Media calls it an alien visitor, fueling speculation that it's not natural at all. Could 3I Atlas be a probe from an advanced extraterrestrial intelligence, scanning our world like Oumuamua's anomalous acceleration suggested to some theorists? That cigar-shaped rock from 2017 defied easy explanation, its odd tumble and speed bursts dismissed as outgassing by officials, but whispered in corners as evidence of solar sails or artificial propulsion. Imagine a sentinel from Alpha Centauri, cloaked in cometary disguise, mapping our defenses or transmitting data back to unknown masters. No concrete proof exists, of course, But the question hangs unresolved. What if these interstellar intruders are not random debris, but deliberate scouts probing for vulnerabilities in our cosmic isolation? This duality, the polite, distant comet versus the intimate, ominous asteroid, mirrors ancient fears etched into human history. Comets have long been omens of upheaval. In 1066, Halley's comet blazed across the skies, interpreted by the Anglo-Saxons as a dire sign before the Battle of Hastings, where William the Conqueror claimed England amid blood and fire. Chroniclers like those in the Bayeux Tapestry depicted it as a fiery sword, heralding regime change and catastrophe. Centuries earlier, in ancient Egypt, comets were tied to the serpent god Apophis, embodiment of disorder, who nightly battled the sun god Ra in the underworld. Myths spoke of this chaos deity swallowing stars or unleashing plagues upon the Nile's fertile lands, echoes perhaps of real cosmic events. Archaeological digs reveal hieroglyphs warning of stars falling like iron, possibly referencing meteor showers that scorched villages or poisoned wells with extraterrestrial dust. Fast forward to 1910, when Halley's return sparked global panic. Newspapers warned of cyanogen gas in its tail, suffocating humanity, leading to sales of comet pills as antidotes and mass suicides in fear of the end. Even in China, imperial records from the Han Dynasty describe comets as broom stars sweeping away emperors, correlating with assassinations and famines. These historical threads weave a tapestry of mystery. Were these celestial apparitions mere coincidences, or did they carry tangible dangers, radiation bursts, microbial invaders from space that ancient peoples sensed but couldn't explain? Delving deeper into the conspiratorial undercurrents, Apophis stirs even wilder theories. Some claim its 2029 flyby aligns too perfectly with biblical prophecies, like the star wormwood in Revelation 8, falling to earth and poisoning waters, turning them bitter. Conspiracy circles buzz with ideas that NASA knows more than it admits. Perhaps Apophis harbors alien microorganisms, dormant since the solar system's formation, ready to awaken upon close passage and spark a global pandemic. Whispers suggest government bunkers are being stocked, not for nuclear war, but for this cosmic rapture event, where select elites survive while the masses face judgment from the skies. And what of the asteroid's name, chosen innocently from mythology, or a deliberate nod to hidden knowledge? Theorists point to 2004's discovery, coinciding with unexplained seismic activity worldwide, as if the rock's detection awakened something ancient. No evidence supports these claims, yet they persist, fueled by leaked documents or anonymous sources alleging suppressed radar images showing unnatural structures on Apophis's surface craters too symmetrical, perhaps remnants of extraterrestrial mining or crashed probes from eons ago. Meanwhile, 3i Atlas adds its own layer of intrigue. As it sublimes under solar heat, creating that photogenic tail, astronomers race to analyze its chemical fingerprints via the James Webb Space Telescope. Early data hints at organic compounds, building blocks of life wandering the galaxy for billions of years. But conspiracy enthusiasts see more. Polarization studies revealing teardrop dust cocoons that could mask artificial signals, like modulated radio bursts detected by SETI arrays but quickly classified. Remember Oumuamua's controversy? Harvard's Avi Loeb proposed it as an alien light sail, accelerating without visible outgassing. If 3i Atlas follows suit, accelerating oddly as it departs, could it confirm we're not alone? Or worse, that we're being watched by hostile forces, using comets as camouflage for reconnaissance? These questions lack answers, dangling like unresolved chords in a symphony. compelling us to wonder what messages might these visitors carry, and why now, in 2025, as humanity reaches for the stars with missions like Artemis and Mars rovers, historical parallels amplify the enigma. In 1531, a comet appeared over Europe, coinciding with the Ottoman siege of Vienna and floods ravaging the continent, seen as divine wrath. Native American lore speaks of sky serpents bringing drought or bountiful hunts, while Mayan codices link cometary passages to the fall of kings. Their tales interpreted as feathered serpents, like Quetzalcoatl descending. Even in modern times, the 1997 Hale-Bopp comet inspired the Heaven's Gate cult to believe a UFO trailed behind, leading to tragic mass suicide in pursuit of ascension. These events raise haunting queries. Do comets influence human behavior through subtle electromagnetic fields, inducing mass hysteria or prophetic visions? Or are they conduits for interdimensional phenomena, thin veils where realities bleed together? Science offers no definitive rebuttal, leaving room for the imagination to roam. As we navigate this cosmic labyrinth, consider the broader implications. While 3i Atlas sails harmlessly at 1.4 astronomical units, its spectacle diverts eyes from Apophis, which will thread between Earth and geostationary satellites in 2029. Planetary defense experts monitor tirelessly, but Conspiracies allege underfunding hides a greater truth. Perhaps asteroids like Apophis are fragments of a shattered planet, Nibiru from Sumerian myths, cycling every 3,600 years to disrupt our world. Ancient tablets describe such a wandering star causing floods akin to Noah's deluge. Could Apophis be a scout for this larger threat? The uncertainty is tantalizing. If not, why do impact craters like Chicxulub, which ended the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, align with extinction pulses that reshaped life? And what of the Vredefort crater, 2 billion years old, the largest verified, potentially sparking microbial evolution with extraterrestrial chemistry? These riddles propel us forward, blurring lines between fact and folklore. As 3i Atlas performs its solar ballet and Apophis looms ever closer, we stand at the precipice of discovery or deception. What ancient secrets might unravel during Apophis's tidal stresses, exposing subsurface anomalies that challenge our understanding? Could the comet's dust hold encoded messages from extinct civilizations, waiting for our telescopes to decode? The cosmos guards its mysteries jealously, offering glimpses that raise more questions than they resolve, ensuring we remain captivated by the unknown. And now, as we pause in this whirlwind of celestial intrigue, allow me to welcome you properly. I am Zen, your serene guide through the vast and enigmatic universe on Cosmic Mysteries for Sleep. Here, we drift into the night's embrace, exploring the stars' deepest secrets with a gentle whisper, allowing wonder to lull you toward peaceful dreams. If these cosmic tales resonate with you, consider subscribing to the channel and turning on notifications. It might just ensure you never miss the next revelation from the void. For now, let us continue our journey into the allure of these intruders, where history, science, and shadow intertwine. A frozen enigma born in the cradle of a distant star system, hurtling through the infinite blackness at speeds that defy earthly comprehension, its icy heart awakening under the sun's relentless gaze, to unleash a shimmering tale that stretches across the heavens like a ghostly banner. This is 3i Atlas, the interstellar comet now captivating astronomers worldwide as it barrels toward its pivotal encounter with our solar system in October 2025. But what if this wanderer carries more than just primordial dust and gas? What hidden truths lie within its nucleus? secrets that could unravel the very fabric of our understanding of the cosmos, or perhaps even challenge the boundaries between natural phenomena and something far more intentional. As we speak on this crisp September evening in 2025, 3i Atlas is already revealing itself in ways that spark endless curiosity. Discovered mere months ago in July, this chunk of ancient material, larger and potentially older than its predecessors Oumuamua and Borisov, has astronomers scrambling with telescopes pointed skyward. Early observations from the Hubble Space Telescope show a teardrop-shaped dust cocoon enveloping its core, a coma expanding as solar radiation sublimes its frozen volatiles into a spectacular display. By October 30th, it will reach perihelion at 1.4 astronomical units from the Sun, just inside Mars's orbit, glowing brighter in the evening sky before vanishing into the pre-dawn hours by November. Yet, the real intrigue lies in its composition. Spectroscopic data from the James Webb Space Telescope hints at unusual concentrations of carbon monoxide and organic compounds, frozen relics that have traversed the galaxy for eons. Could these molecules be the seeds of life from another world, drifting aimlessly until they find a hospitable home? Or do they conceal something stranger, like exotic isotopes that don't match any known stellar nursery in our vicinity? Delving into the heart of this mystery, 3i Atlas stands as only the third confirmed interstellar object to grace our solar neighborhood. Recall Oumuamua, that enigmatic cigar-shaped intruder spotted in 2017, tumbling end over end with an acceleration that baffled experts. Official explanations pointed to outgassing hydrogen or nitrogen ices venting like natural rockets. But skeptics, including renowned astrophysicist Avi Loeb, proposed bolder ideas. Perhaps a light sail, an artificial probe propelled by stellar radiation, sent by an advanced civilization to scout distant systems. Loeb's controversial hypothesis suggested Oumuamua might be a fragment of alien technology, its flat, pancake-like form ideal for harnessing light pressure. No radio signals were detected, yet the object's reddish hue and lack of a visible coma fueled debates. Was it a hydrogen iceberg, a rare interstellar oddity, or a deliberate artifact cloaked in cosmic camouflage? Fast forward to Borisov in 2019, a more comet-like visitor with a high carbon monoxide content, suggesting origins in a cold, distant exoplanetary system. But even Borisov raised eyebrows. Its composition mirrored some rogue planets, leading to whispers that it could be ejecta from a cataclysmic event, like a star's explosive death flinging debris across light years. Now, with 3i Atlas, the plot thickens. Recent papers circulating in astronomical circles, including a provocative one from July 2025, question whether this newcomer might harbour hostile intent. Authors speculate it could be an alien probe in disguise, its hyperbolic trajectory a calculated path for reconnaissance, scanning Earth's technological signatures as it slingshots past. Why hostile? Proponents point to its size, estimated at up to 5.6 kilometers across, dwarfing Oumuamua's mere 400 meters, and its unexpected brightness fluctuations, which some interpret as modulated signals, perhaps communicating with hidden relays in the Oort cloud. No mainstream scientist endorses this fully, but the paper cites anomalies, polarization data showing dust grains with unnatural alignments, as if engineered for stealth. Imagine the implications if true. This comet isn't a passive drifter, but an active intruder, probing for weaknesses in our planetary defenses or assessing our readiness for contact. The lack of definitive proof only heightens the suspense. Radio telescopes have swept its vicinity, detecting faint emissions from sublimating molecules. But could those be cleverly masked transmissions? Beyond conspiracies, 3i Atlas unveils genuine cosmic phenomena that border on the bizarre. As it approaches the sun, solar winds strip away layers, creating a tail that could span millions of kilometers, visible to amateur stargazers worldwide. But here's a twist. Recent studies of similar objects reveal dark comets, stealthy interlopers lurking in our own asteroid belt, accelerating without visible tails, due to hidden sodium vents or other exotic propellants. A Japanese spacecraft, Hayabusa 2 Extended Mission, is racing toward one such dark comet, potentially uncovering how these ghosts delivered water to early Earth or posed unrecognized threats, like sudden outbursts that could disrupt satellites. 3I Atlas might share traits with these shadows, its interstellar journey exposing it to cosmic rays that altered its chemistry in unpredictable ways. Ground-based observatories measure its dust polarization, revealing textures that hint at survival through the galaxy's harsh voids, battered by radiation and micro-impacts. What stories do those scars tell? Perhaps of passing through nebulae where stars are born, collecting exotic elements unseen in our system, or grazing black hole horizons, warped by gravity's unrelenting pull. The comet's path adds another layer of wonder. On a hyperbolic trajectory, it's destined for a one-time fling with our sun, before ejection back into the void, never to return. This slingshot motion, governed by Newtonian laws we've known since the 17th century, ensures it poses no collision risk. Its closest Earth approach on December 19th clocks in at 1.797 astronomical units, a vast chasm. Yet, the geometry fascinates. Earth and the comet never occupy the same orbital plane closely, a cosmic dance choreographed by chance. Amateur astronomers prepare for November's show, when it re-emerges from solar glare, potentially bright enough for naked eye viewing in dark skies. But curiosity beckons. As it fades, will it leave behind micrometeoroids, tiny ambassadors, seeding our atmosphere with interstellar matter? Historical records suggest, yes, red rains in ancient India, documented in texts from the 8th century, were blamed on cometary dust carrying iron oxides, turning rivers bloody and sparking legends of celestial battles. Speaking of history's enigmas, comets like 3I Atlas echo tales from antiquity that blur science and myth. In 1532, a comet over Europe coincided with the Inca Empire's fall to Spanish conquistadors, seen by indigenous peoples as a sign from the gods, a fiery serpent foretelling conquest. Chinese annals from the Zhou dynasty describe guest stars that lingered for months. Correlating with plagues and uprisings were these interstellar visitors, their volatiles releasing microbes that altered human history. Modern analysis of ice cores reveals spikes in cosmic dust during such events, hinting at biological payloads. Borisov's high carbon monoxide evoked similar speculation, perhaps from a system with giant planets, where comets form in poison-rich environments, carrying toxins that could explain unexplained illnesses in folklore. 3I Atlas, with its teardrop coma, might harbour even rarer compounds. Early web data suggests traces of complex organics, like amino acids, fueling theories that life on Earth originated from such wanderers. But what if those organics are synthetic, engineered by extraterrestrials as a biological experiment, testing evolution on primitive worlds? The allure intensifies with phenomena observed in real time. As of this September in 2025, 3I Atlas is visible in the evening sky, its magnitude climbing as it nears perihelion. Reports from observatories worldwide describe a tail bifurcating unexpectedly, a rare split, possibly from internal fractures or solar wind shears. This mirrors Hale, Bob's 1997 display, whose dual tails inspired cults believing it hid a companion spacecraft. Heaven's Gate members tragically ended their lives, convinced of ascension aboard a UFO, trailing the comet, a stark reminder of how celestial beauty can twist into delusion. Could 3i Atlas provoke similar fervor? Online forums already buzz with claims of synchronized dreams among observers. Vivid visions of alien landscapes, dismissed as pareidolia, but intriguing nonetheless. Radio telescopes tune in for molecular emissions, detecting hydroxyl radicals and cyanides, building blocks of prebiotic chemistry. Yet, a faint, unexplained signal anomaly in one dataset, quickly attributed to interference sparks, whispers of intentional bursts, like a beacon activating upon solar proximity. Exploring further, the comet's scientific bounty promises revelations about exoplanetary systems. Its dust grains, analyzed through polarization, reveal textures forged in frigid interstellar spaces, potentially from a binary star system where gravitational tugs ejected it eons ago. This could refine models of planetary formation, showing how comets distribute organics galaxy-wide. But the TOMO factor surges with what-ifs. What if 3i Atlas is a rogue from a destroyed world, carrying fossilized evidence of extinct life? Micrometeorites from similar objects have yielded amino acids on Earth, but imagine discovering encoded patterns in its molecular structure. Like a cosmic Rosetta Stone, conspiracies abound. Some claim governments suppress data, fearing public panic over confirmed alien origins. A leaked document unverified, of course, alleges that during Borisov's pass, SETI detected patterned emissions mimicking prime numbers, hushed to avoid geopolitical turmoil. As 3i Atlas races onward, its behavior invites endless speculation. Will it fragment near perihelion, like some comets do, scattering debris that could seed future meteor showers? Historical precedents abound. The 1908 Tunguska event, a mysterious airburst over Siberia, flattening forests without a crater, theorized as a cometary fragment exploding mid-air. Witnesses reported bright nights for weeks, as if the sky itself glowed with ethereal fire. If 3i Atlas harbors volatile ices, a similar outburst could illuminate our understanding or ignite fears of unforeseen hazards. Dark comets, those invisible prowlers in our system, add to the intrigue. Recent studies suggest up to 7% of near-Earth objects are such ghosts, potentially explaining water on Mercury or unexplained orbital anomalies. The comet's journey also probes the galaxy's distribution of life. With organics weathered by cosmic rays, it acts as a time capsule, surviving journeys that span millions of years. But curiosity peaks with the possibility of panspermia, microbes hitchhiking across stars, seeding planets like ours. Borisov's composition hinted at origins near red dwarfs, harsh environments where life might evolve differently, resilient, perhaps aggressive. If 3i Atlas mirrors this, its passage could theoretically disperse spores into our atmosphere, subtly altering ecosystems in ways we might not detect for generations. No alarm needed. Probabilities are infinitesimal, but the thought tantalizes. Are we already influenced by such visitors? Our DNA laced with interstellar heritage? Wrapping this exploration, 3i Atlas embodies the universe's boundless enigmas, a fleeting ambassador from the void that challenges our perceptions and ignites the imagination. As it performs its celestial waltz, leaving trails of wonder in its wake, one can't help but ponder the untold stories it carries. And speaking of stories, I'd love to hear yours. Where in the world are you tuning in from tonight? And what time is it there as you drift along with these cosmic tales? Deep within the Arizona desert, under the unblinking eye of the Kitt Peak National Observatory, 3 astronomers, Roy Tucker, David Tholen, and Fabrizio Bernardi, stumbled upon a faint streak of light on June 19, 2004. a discovery that would ignite one of the most riveting chapters in modern astronomy. This wasn't just any celestial body. It was asteroid 99942 Apophis, a colossal rock initially tagged as 2004 MN4, whose trajectory hinted at a potential cataclysmic rendezvous with Earth on April 13, 2029. From that moment, the world of science teetered on the edge of alarm, as preliminary calculations revealed a chilling 2.7% probability of impact, a number that, while small, dwarfed everyday risks like lightning strikes and thrust Apophis to the highest Torino scale rating ever assigned to a real object, a level 4, signaling a close encounter demanding urgent scrutiny. But as layers of data peeled back, revealing refinements through radar echoes and subtle orbital drifts, the narrative shifted from impending doom to a masterful display of human ingenuity. Yet, even in safety's embrace, Apophis stirs questions that refuse to fade. What unseen forces guided its path? And could this serpent of the skies still harbour dangers we haven't yet fathomed? Apophis's story begins not with fanfare, but with quiet persistence, a testament to the tireless vigil of sky surveys that comb the heavens for hidden perils. Those early nights of observation captured just 74 data points over 64 days, enough to sketch a rough orbit, but riddled with uncertainties vast as the void itself. The asteroid, an S-type specimen of silicate rock interwoven with nickel-iron veins, measures roughly 340 meters in length and 150 meters wide, its elongated form tumbling lazily every 30.6 hours, dark and elusive, reflecting only 23% of sunlight. It evaded easy detection until that fateful scan. Initial projections painted a grim scenario, a collision releasing energy equivalent to several hundred megatons of TNT, capable of carving a crater kilometers wide, unleashing shockwaves that flatten landscapes, and injecting atmospheric debris that could dim the sun for months, disrupting global climates in ways echoing ancient cataclysms. The date, Friday the 13th, added an almost scripted eeriness, as if the cosmos conspired to amplify the dread. Astronomers mobilized globally, from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory to the European Space Agency's networks, pouring resources into tracking this interloper whose name, drawn from the Egyptian deity of chaos who battled the sun god Ra, seemed prophetically apartment. What followed was a symphony of scientific detective work, where each new observation chipped away at the unknown. By December 2004, the probability held firm at 2.7%, earning headlines that blended fact with frenzy. But then came the breakthroughs. Don Yeomans and his team at JPL unearthed pre-discovery images from March 2004 in archival sky surveys, extending the observational arc and slashing uncertainties. Radar observations from Arecibo in Puerto Rico and Goldstone in California pierced the veil, mapping Apophis's rugged surface with meter-level precision, revealing boulders and craters that spoke of eons of cosmic battering. These echoes not only confirmed its size and spin, but highlighted the Yarkovsky effect, a subtle, rocket-like thrust from uneven heat radiation that nudges its orbit by about 70 meters per year. By 2005, the 2029 impact was ruled out, the asteroid destined instead for a razor-close flyby at 31,600 kilometers, threading between Earth and our geostationary satellites. Further refinements in 2006 and a definitive Yarkovsky confirmation in 2021 eliminated residual fears for 2036 and beyond, declaring Earth safe for over a century. This progression wasn't mere luck. It showcased orbital mechanics at their finest, transforming alarm into assurance through patient data accumulation. Yet, Apophis's shadow extends far beyond equations, delving into realms where science meets the speculative and the sinister. Conspiracy theorists seized upon the initial scare, weaving narratives of deliberate deflection by shadowy powers, wielding secret weapons, perhaps high-energy lasers, or kinetic interceptors tested in classified programs like those rumored in the Strategic Defense Initiative's Echoes. Whispers circulate in online enclaves that Apophis isn't a natural body at all, but an engineered bioweapon. Its porous structure, potentially laced with ancient viruses preserved from primordial impacts, ready to unleash pandemics upon atmospheric entry. Such ideas draw from real anomalies. Meteorites like the Murchison stone from 1969 contained amino acids and sugars, hinting at extraterrestrial biology. But imagine if Apophis carried weaponized strains, dormant relics from a long-extinct cosmic war. No evidence supports this, of course. But the asteroid's dark albedo and irregular shape fuel imaginings of artificial origins, perhaps a probe gone rogue, or a fragment of an alien megastructure shattered in interstellar conflict. This intrigue links seamlessly to historical enigmas that mirror Apophis's menace, none more compelling than the Tunguska event of June 30th, 1908. Over the remote Siberian taiga, an explosion equivalent to 15 megatons of TNT flattened 2,000 square kilometers of forest, felling 80 million trees in radial patterns without leaving a crater. Eyewitnesses described a blinding fireball streaking across the sky, followed by shockwaves that rattled windows hundreds of kilometers away and seismic tremors registered as far as Britain. The blast's energy dwarfed Hiroshima, yet no fragments were found, leading to theories of a cometary airburst, its icy core vaporizing mid-descent. But mysteries abound. Post-event, the region glowed with unnatural bright nights for weeks, as if atmospheric dust scattered sunlight around the globe. Expeditions in the 1920s, led by Leonid Kulik, uncovered microscopic spheres of magnetite and silicate, suggestive of extraterrestrial material, but also unexplained radiation spikes and genetic mutations in local flora that persist to this day. Was Tunguska a comet fragment, akin to a mini Apophis, or something odder, a black hole passage, a antimatter annihilation, or even a failed alien landing, as some fringe hypotheses propose? Modern simulations favor a stony asteroid or comet, but the absence of an impact site keeps the door ajar for wonder. Could Apophis, if perturbed, mimic such a fate, disintegrating in our skies with unforeseen consequences? Gravitational keyholes add another dimension of fascination to Apophis's tale. These narrow, spatial corridors, mere hundreds of meters wide, through which an asteroid must pass during a close flyby to align for a future collision. For Apophis, the 2029 encounter skirts such a keyhole. For 2036, a portal of fate where Earth's tug could redirect it disastrously if measurements erred. This concept evokes ancient myths of sky gods meeting punishment. In Greek lore, Zeus hurled thunderbolts, perhaps metaphor for meteors, while Norse tales spoke of Ragnarok's fiery stars heralding doom. Babylonian astronomers tracked wandering stars as omens, their erratic paths seen as divine whims. Imagine if keyholes are cosmic gateways, influenced by unseen dark matter or quantum fluctuations, subtly steering fates across eons. Though physics demystifies them as gravitational resonances, their precision tantalizes. A slight Yarkovsky nudge or solar sail effect could tip the scales, turning safe passages into perilous ones. Apophis's orbit, perturbed by planets like Jupiter over millennia, underscores this fluidity. Its path isn't fixed, but evolves, a living thread in the solar system's tapestry. The asteroid's cultural resonance amplifies its mystique, named for the Egyptian serpent who embodied primordial chaos, nightly assaulting Ra's solar barge to plunge the world into darkness. This mythology parallels Apophis's potential to eclipse our skies, but extends to broader enigmas. Archaeological sites in Egypt reveal star maps aligning with impact events, like the Dendera zodiac depicting fiery serpents amid constellations. Could ancient priests have witnessed similar close calls, encoding warnings in pyramids or obelisks? The Sahara's glass fields vast sheets of fused sand, from intense heat date to impacts 30 million years ago. But folklore attributes them to godly battles, with artifacts like Tutankhamun's pectoral incorporating impact glass, shimmering with otherworldly iridescence. Apophis, as a modern echo, prompts curiosity about lost knowledge. Did civilizations like the Maya, with their precise calendars tracking Venus's cycles, another serpent deity, foresee asteroid threats, embedding cycles of destruction in their prophecies? Conspiratorial veins run deeper still, with claims that Apophis's discovery timed suspiciously with global seismic upticks in 2004, as if its gravitational whisper stirred Earth's core. Some allege elite cabals manipulate data, using the asteroid as pretext for underground bases stocked against inevitable cosmic strikes. Echoes of Project Horizon, a declassified 1950s US military plan for lunar forts, suggest preparations for space-based threats, perhaps including deflection tech tested on Apophis-like bodies. Unverified leaks speak of radar anomalies showing hollow interiors, hinting at artificial voids or cached alien tech. While dismissed, these spark tamar. If Apophis is safe, why the ongoing Osiris Apex mission, repurposed from Bennu to rendezvous post-flyby in June 2029, officially for studying tidal effects? But could it seek evidence of non-natural origins? Historical parallels to Tunguska invite further exploration. Survivors recounted pillars of fire and thunder without storm, with atmospheric pressure waves circling the globe twice. Soil samples later revealed iridium spikes, hallmarks of extraterrestrial impacts, yet no large fragments emerged, fueling theories of a comet's volatile disintegration. Nikola Tesla, contemporaneous inventor, claimed his Wardenclyffe Tower experiments might have drawn the object, a wild notion tying electromagnetic fields to cosmic attraction. Modern reenactments via computer models replicate the blast, but lingering puzzles like mutated trees growing asymmetrically hint at radiation beyond typical falls. Apophis, if it grazed atmosphere, could trigger similar spectacles, its rubble pile structure fracturing under stress, scattering debris that ignites aurora-like glows or electromagnetic pulses disrupting grids. Apophis's safe passage in 2029, visible as a moving star over Europe, Africa, and Asia, promises a spectacle. Yet its legacy endures in the questions it poses. Will tidal forces expose subsurface enigmas, like preserved volatiles or anomalous metals? The asteroid's evolution, shaped by Yarkovsky and perturbations, reminds us orbits are dynamic, potentially drifting toward keyholes over centuries. This fluidity echoes myths of cyclical destruction. Hindu yugas describe cosmic resets via fiery comets, while Hopi prophecies warn of a blue star heralding purification. As Apophis threads our satellite belt, curiosity builds. Might it interact with space debris, sparking unforeseen cascades? Or reveal, through Osiris, Apex's thruster blasts, compositions hinting at origins in the asteroid belt's chaotic birth? In this dance of discovery and doubt, Apophis transcends its rocky form, becoming a mirror to our fears and fascinations. Its journey from threat to teacher invites endless pondering. What other shadows lurk undetected, their paths veiled until too late. The asteroid's tale, woven with historical whispers and speculative threads, keeps the mind alight with possibility, a beacon in the night, urging us to question the stars above. In the grand theatre of the cosmos, where distant spectacles dazzle and nearby whispers hold the true peril, we find ourselves at a crossroads of perception, questioning not just what threatens us, but how we choose to see those threats. Consider the interstellar comet 3I Atlas, discovered on July 1, 2025, by the Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile, now hurtling through our solar system with a composition that defies easy categorization, wrapped in a fog of carbon dioxide and water ice, as revealed by NASA's SpearX spacecraft just days ago. This visitor, larger and brighter than its predecessors, outgasses at an astonishing 6 astronomical units from the Sun, far beyond Jupiter's realm where typical comets awaken. Its closest brush with Mars comes next month, a mere 29 million kilometers away, yet it sails harmlessly past Earth at 268 million kilometers in December. Exotic? Undeniably. Dangerous? Not in the slightest, but herein lies the intrigue. While we gawk at this alien drifter, potentially a relic from a binary star system or a rogue exoplanet's ejector, the real hazards orbit quietly in our backyard near-Earth asteroids. Those silent sentinels whose paths intersect ours with probabilistic menace, evoking questions about what we've overlooked in our fascination with the far-flung. This reframing of celestial risks demands we pivot from the allure of rarity to the mathematics of proximity, where probability multiplies with persistence. 3I Atlas, with its hyperbolic escape velocity exceeding 40 kilometers per second, embodies the ultimate fleeting curiosity, a one-night cosmic affair that teaches us about distant stellar nurseries through its unusual carbon monoxide richness, as captured by the James Webb Space Telescope. Yet, its trajectory ensures zero chance of impact, a fireworks display of sublimating gases that Hubble imaged in teardrop splendor on July 21st. Contrast this with the near-Earth asteroids, or NEAs, defined by orbits dipping within 1.3 astronomical units of the Sun, a neighborhood where gravitational tugs from planets like Jupiter can reshape destinies over mere decades. These aren't glamorous interlopers. They're our orbital kin, formed from the same primordial disk that birthed Earth, now classified into families that hint at their lurking potential. Take the Attans, those inner-orbit dwellers with semi-major axes, less than 1 astronomical unit, but aphelion distances pushing beyond 0.983 AU. They spend most time sunward, but cross our path elliptically, like elusive phantoms in the inner solar system. Then the Apollos, Earth crossers par excellence, with semi-major axes exceeding 1 AU, yet perihelion dips below 1.017 AU. Apophis itself belongs here, a poster child for the group, its path intersecting ours twice per revolution, maximizing encounter odds. The Amor's approach from without, perihelion between 1.017 and 1.3 AU, safe for now, but vulnerable to inward drifts via perturbations, representing tomorrow's threats in waiting. Finally, the Ateris, fully ensconced inside our orbit, observable only in twilight's fleeting windows, their distant excursions occasionally brushing our vicinity. Within these clans lurk the potentially hazardous asteroids, PHAs, behemoths, over 140 meters, with orbital intersections under 0.05 AU, about 7.5 million kilometers, over 2,000 catalogued. Yet estimates whisper tens of thousands more evade our gaze, dark and diminutive, waiting in solar glare or shadowed by low reflectivity. What stirs the curiosity here isn't just the numbers, but the enigmas they conceal. Dark asteroids. Those stealthy NEAs with albedos so low they blend into the void, comprise up to 40% of the population in some models, invisible to optical surveys, yet detectable in infrared, like the upcoming NEO Surveyor mission, slated for launch no earlier than late 2027, poised to unmask these ghosts with thermal vision. Imagine objects zipping within lunar distance monthly, as NASA's close approach tables document, yet most burn harmlessly in our atmosphere. But scale up a 140-meter PHA PAC's regional devastation, akin to the Chelyabinsk meteor of 2013. A mere 20-meter pebble that injured over 1,500 with its shockwave alone. Multiply that by 7, and you're staring at city-killer potential. Seismic ripples felt globally. Economic cascades rippling through interconnected markets. Historical secrets amplify this. The discovery curve surged from under 200 NEAs in 1990 to over 34,000 today, with 3,000 added yearly. Yet the kilometer-class giants 90% accounted for. None threatening soon divert attention from the mid-sized menaces, those 100 to 500-meter sleeping dragons whose cumulative risk accrues over centuries. Delve deeper, and conspiracies emerge like shadows in the starlight, fueling endless speculation. Whispers in online forums allege governments hoard PHA data, suppressing catalogues to stave off panic. Why else the classified radar facilities like Goldstone, mapping surfaces in exquisite detail yet redacting anomalies? Theories posit NEAs as remnants of ancient alien conflicts, shattered megastructures from civilizations long gone, their orbits laced with exotic materials that defy analysis. Consider the Vredefort crater in South Africa, 2 billion years old and the largest verified impact scar. Its ancient ores perhaps infused with interstellar elements that sparked evolutionary leaps, or, in conspiratorial lore, triggered mass extinctions as divine resets. Babylonian tablets from millennia past describe falling stars correlating with plagues, while Native American oral histories speak of sky rocks bringing fire and renewal, blurring cataclysm with creation. Could undiscovered PHAs be engineered harbingers, programmed eons ago to cull overpopulated worlds, their dark forms evading detection until activation? This contrast sharpens when we juxtapose exotic visitors like 3i Atlas against these silent neighbors. The comet, with its carbon dioxide coma detected by Sphere-X and water ice signatures from TESS, promises insights into exoplanetary chemistry, perhaps from a red dwarf system where volatiles form differently, low on water yet rich in CO2, as recent studies suggest. But its risk profile? Nil. No gravitational keyholes to thread. No Yarkovsky nudges accumulating over returns. It's a singular event, scientifically priceless, yet irrelevant to defense. NEAs, however, evolve. Jupiter's pull reshapes orbits. Solar radiation pressure adds torque, turning safe trajectories hazardous. The irony tantalizes. While media fixates on 3i Atlas's bizarre makeup, as Live Science reported in August 2025, PHAs like those in the Apollo group slip by unnoticed, their cumulative exposure building like a slow-burning fuse. Historical impacts underscore this reframing. Secrets buried in Earth's scars that provoke wonder. The Sudbury Basin in Canada, 1.85 billion years old, harbors vast nickel deposits from a colossal strike, perhaps altering atmospheric chemistry to foster oxygen-loving life, or, in mythic retellings, a godly forge hammering the planet anew. Closer to home, the 1908 Tunguska blast, sans crater yet flattening Siberian wilderness, hints at airbursts from stony intruders. its bright night aftermath suggesting global dust veils. What if such events weren't random but patterned, aligning with ancient extinction pulses 290 million years ago, as lunar samples reveal? Conspiracies weave in. Governments, aware of cyclic threats via suppressed ice core data, build bunkers while distracting with interstellar hype. 3. Atlas as a narrative diversion. Its alien probe rumors echoed in CBS News interviews with Harvard's Avi Loeb, keeping eyes skyward from earthly perils. Apophis exemplifies this silent menace. Its 2029 flyby, now bolstered by ESA's Ramses mission, launching in 2028 to shadow the asteroid through its Earth graze, as announced in September 2025. This probe will dissect tidal stresses, potentially triggering landslides on its rubble pile frame, exposing fresh interiors for analysis. Yet, updates from UMD's mission concepts in August 2025 highlight ongoing preparations. Prototype tests for flyby tech, ensuring we're ready for this unprecedented proximity. No impact, assuredly, but the event's public draw could eclipse real risks, like the dozens of small NEAs zipping by lunar distance yearly, their paths catalogued in NASA's automated systems, yet rarely headlined. This reframing invites profound curiosity. Why do we prioritize the spectacular over the substantive? Exotic like 3i Atlas, with its CO2 fog challenging comet norms, captivates JWST images from July 2025, show bifurcated tails, evoking hail, BOP's cult-spawning mystery. But silent NEAs, with over 3,000 discoveries annually via surveys like Atlas and ZTF, build the true defense narrative. Upcoming Vera C. Rubin Observatory in 2025 will flood us with data, potentially hundreds of thousands more, closing gaps in our PHA census. Dark asteroids, those low albedo lurkers, remain the wild cards. NEO Surveyor's infrared hunt will reveal them, but until then, their invisibility breeds speculation. Are they cloaked by design, remnants of ancient tech shielding from detection? Biblical ties add layers, Apophis as wormwood, poisoning waters in Revelation, or NEAs as apocalyptic stars falling. Historical spikes in impacts, like those 3.26 billion years ago, sparking life via organic deliveries. Flip destruction to Genesis, Tomor peaking. Did such events seed humanity or cull predecessors? Conspiracies claim elites know, using PHAs for control simulated threats via Project Blue Beam, holograms mimicking impacts to unify under global rule. As Ramses gears for Apophis, whispers of hidden artifacts surface, radar glitches hinting at non-natural symmetries. In this cosmic balance, reframing urges vigilance. Exotic visitors enlighten, but silent neighbors demand action. Their taxonomy reveals a dynamic threatscape. Mysteries like dark comets, accelerating sands tails, provoking wonder sodium vents, or artificial boosts. Historical secrets, from Vredefort's ancient forge to Sudbury's ore bounty, remind us impacts shaped us. Conspiracies suggesting deliberate cosmic engineering. As 3i Atlas fades, its enigmas unresolved alien scout or natural oddity. NEAs persist, their risks reframed not as fear but fascination, inviting us to probe deeper into the stars' indifferent game. And if these celestial puzzles have you pondering the vast unknown, why not hit that subscribe button and ring the bell? It might just keep you in the loop for the next intriguing twist in our cosmic journey. Your thoughts in the comments could spark even more discoveries together. Beneath the vast canopy of time, where the Earth's ancient skin bears scars from celestial fury, lies a chronicle of collisions that reshaped not just landscapes, but the very pulse of life itself. Imagine, if you will, a world 3.26 billion years in the past, when our planet was a turbulent cradle of emerging biology, and a meteorite vast as 4 Mount Everests stacked high plunged into its oceans, unleashing a cataclysm that boiled seas, stirred global tsunamis, and scattered nutrient-rich debris across the globe. This behemoth, dubbed S2 by modern researchers who unearthed its traces in 2014 from rock layers in South Africa's Barberton Greenstone Belt, didn't extinguish the fragile sparks of life. Instead, it acted as a colossal fertilizer, flooding the waters with phosphorus and iron, elements crucial for microbial blooms. As detailed in a 2024 study published in Nature Geoscience, this impact triggered a surge in bacterial activity, evidenced by isotopic shifts in ancient sediments, suggesting that such violent interruptions may have accelerated evolution's tentative steps, turning devastation into a catalyst for complexity. But what deeper enigmas does this reveal? Could these cosmic bombardments have been the unseen architects of our existence, injecting the raw materials that bridged the gap from simple chemistry to the intricate dance of living cells? This S2 event, occurring around 3.26 billion years ago, stands as one of the earliest recorded giants in Earth's impact history, its effects rippling through the Archean eon, when life was predominantly single-celled, and oceans teemed with primordial soups. The meteorite's plunge, estimated at up to 200 times larger than the dinosaur-killing Chicxulub, vaporized vast swaths of seawater, creating steam clouds that rained back as nutrient-laden fallout, fostering iron-oxidizing bacteria whose fossils persist in banded iron formations. Scientists like Nadja Drabon from Harvard, who analyzed the spherules, tiny glass beads formed from vaporized rock, argue this fertilizer bomb provided a phosphorus boost, a key limiting factor for early life, potentially sparking genetic innovations that paved the way for more resilient organisms. Yet, the curiosity deepens. Why did life not only survive but thrive amid such apocalypse? Sedimentary records show a temporary dip in biological activity, followed by a rebound, hinting at adaptive mechanisms we barely comprehend, perhaps ancient microbes harnessing the chaos for metabolic leaps. This paradox invites speculation. Were these impacts random destroyers, or did they serve as evolutionary accelerators, pruning the weak while nourishing the adaptable in a cosmic game of selection? Shifting our gaze to another epochal scar, the Vredefort impact structure in South Africa emerges as Earth's oldest and largest confirmed crater, forged 2 billion years ago by an asteroid up to 15 kilometers wide, carving a basin originally 300 kilometers across. Today, eroded to a dome-like remnant spanning 160 kilometers, Vredefort's granitic rocks bear shocked quartz and shatter cones, hallmarks of immense pressure waves that deformed the crust like a ripple in molten glass. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 2005, this colossal wound exposed deep mantle layers, enriching the surface with gold and uranium deposits that later fueled human economies. But Vredefort harbors mysteries that transcend geology. In 2019, researchers uncovered 8,000-year-old petroglyphs within its eroded rings, animal carvings, etched by ancient San people, depicting elephants and rhinos in ritualistic poses. Why here, amid the crater's haunting valleys? Some anthropologists whisper of cultural memory, suggesting indigenous lore preserved echoes of the impact's aftershocks, viewing the dome as a sacred portal where sky and earth collided. Further intrigue arises from 2022 studies by the University of Rochester, estimating the impactor was larger than previously thought, perhaps 20 to 25 kilometers, capable of global seismic reverberations that may have triggered volcanic surges worldwide. Could this have influenced early multicellular life, stirring oceanic currents that distributed nutrients and fostered diversification? The site's magnetic anomalies, detected in geophysical surveys, add to the enigma, distorted fields hinting at buried metallic remnants, fueling wild theories of extraterrestrial alloys embedded in the melt rock. Not far, in geological terms, the Sudbury Basin in Ontario, Canada, tells a tale of transformation from catastrophe to bounty, formed 1.85 billion years ago by a comet or asteroid, 10 to 15 kilometers wide, smashing into a shallow sea. This elliptical scar, now 250 kilometers long, ranks as the second largest impact structure. Its Sudbury Igneous Complex, a vast melt sheet hosting the world's richest nickel-copper deposits, mined since the 1880s and yielding over 10 billion tons of ore. Historical accounts from the 1920s expeditions describe iridium-enriched layers, confirming extraterrestrial origins, while recent 2014 confirmations by Canadian geologists pinpoint a cometary culprit. Its volatile ices vaporizing on impact to create a hydrothermal system that concentrated metals. But Sudbury's secrets extend beyond resources. Deep drilling in 2018 uncovered microbial fossils in the impact breccia, suggesting life rebounded swiftly, perhaps aided by the heat and minerals released, sparking hydrothermal vents akin to those birthing early organisms. Curiosity peaks with local legends. Indigenous Anishinaabe, stories of a great thunderbird striking the land, birthing fiery lakes that healed the earth, mirroring scientific views of the impact's role in crustal evolution. Conspiratorial threads weave in. Some claim the basin's unusual magnetism conceals ancient artifacts, perhaps meteoritic iron forged into tools by lost civilizations, or even suppressed evidence of panspermia alien microbes hitchhiking on the impactor, altering Earth's biosphere in subtle ways. Venturing to the sun-scorched expanses of the Libyan desert, a peculiar yellow glass scatters across the sands, formed 28 to 29 million years ago by a meteorite's fiery plunge, melting silica into translucent shards, prized by ancient Egyptians. This Libyan desert glass, or LDG, features in Tutankhamun's iconic scarab brooch from 1323 BC. Its central yellow gem, a polished piece of this impact melt, symbolizing rebirth and the sun god Ra. Discovered in 1933 by explorer Patrick Clayton, the glass field spans 2,000 square kilometers, with tektites exhibiting unique bubbles and inclusions from extreme heat exceeding 2,000 degrees Celsius. A 2019 geology study confirmed its meteoric origin, tracing the impact to a craterless airburst or ground strike that fused dunes without a visible scar, much like Tunguska but on steroids. The brooch's mystery deepens. Why did Tut's artisans select this rare material, found hundreds of kilometers from the Nile? Egyptologists speculate ritual significance LDG as fire from the sky, embodying divine power, perhaps linked to myths of Ra's tears falling as golden rain. Further intrigue from 2023 analyses reveals iridium traces, confirming extraterrestrial sourcing, while some fringe theories posit the glass holds encoded cosmic energies, influencing pharaonic visions or even preserving microbial remnants from the impactor. Could this glass be a window to panspermia, scattering life's precursors across Africa? These historical echoes converge on conspiracies that asteroids weren't mere destroyers, but shapers of human evolution, injecting chaos that forged resilience. A 2024 Harvard study on the S2 impact suggests its phosphorus deluge 3.26 billion years ago jump-started microbial metabolism, potentially accelerating the great oxidation event that oxygenated the atmosphere, paving for complex life. Conspirators extrapolate. What if deliberate cosmic interventions engineered asteroids from advanced beings nudged evolution, as hinted in Sumerian texts describing stars falling that birthed gods? The Chicxulub impact 66 million years ago, a 10 to 15 kilometer asteroid from the Kuiper Belt, slamming into Yucatan, Mexico, vaporized rock into a global firestorm, acid rain, and nuclear winter that wiped 70% of species, including dinosaurs. Yet, this deep impact cleared niches for mammals, our ancestors thriving in the aftermath, as evidenced by iridium layers and shocked quartz worldwide. Hidden truths emerge. Buried volcanic arcs in the crater, discovered in 2021, suggest pre-impact tectonics amplified the blast, while conspiracies claim the event was a targeted reset, echoed in Mayan lore of feathered serpents descending in fire. Biblical floods, too, may veil impact myths, with Noah's deluge mirroring global cataclysms like the Younger Dryas 12,800 years ago, potentially triggered by comet fragments, raining ice and fire, flooding continents as ice sheets melted. A 2016 hypothesis by astronomers Firestone and West posits extraterrestrial impacts caused megafaunal extinctions and cultural shifts, inspiring flood tales across cultures. From Gilgamesh's Utnapishtim to Hindu Manu surviving watery apocalypse. Atlantis, Plato's lost realm sunk in a day and night 9,000 years before his time, aligns with such events. Perhaps a Bronze Age memory of Santorini's eruption or a comet strike in the Atlantic, as 2022 studies link Plato's descriptions to tsunami deposits in the Azores. Conspirators like Graham Hancock argue a comet barrage destroyed an advanced Ice Age civilization, its remnants encoded in pyramids and myths. These threads weave a tapestry of wonder. Vredefort's petroglyphs as impact memorials, Sudbury's ores as cosmic gifts, LDG in Tut's tomb as stellar talismans, the 3.26 billion year S2, boiling oceans, yet fostering life, questions if destruction, births, creation. Chicxulub's hidden volcanic ties suggest layered catastrophes, while flood and Atlantis legends hint at forgotten truths. As we ponder, curiosity lingers. Were asteroids evolution's sculptors, or harbingers of cycles we barely grasp? In this echo chamber of the past, each scar tells a story, inviting us to listen closer to the Earth's silent testimonies. Amid the swirling veil of cosmic dust and forgotten echoes, where the line between natural wonder and orchestrated deception blurs into infinity, we encounter phenomena that challenge the very foundations of our reality. Picture the Hale-Bopp comet of 1997, a brilliant apparition that hung in the skies for 18 months. Its dual tails, gas and dust stretching 20 million kilometers, visible even in city lights, as it reached magnitude -1, outshining Sirius. This wasn't just a spectacle. It became a magnet for the extraordinary, drawing the Heaven's Gate cult to believe a UFO trailed behind, hidden in its coma, awaiting souls for ascension. 39 members, clad in matching tracksuits, ingested poison in a San Diego mansion, convinced the comet was their chariot to a higher plane. Autopsies revealed phenobarbital and vodka, but the mystery lingers. Why did this comet, with its unprecedented cyanide emissions detected by astronomers at levels 40 times higher than typical, coincide with such mass delusion? Spectroscopic analysis from the Kitt Peak Observatory showed hydrogen cyanide and carbon monoxide in abundance, gases that could theoretically induce hallucinations if dispersed atmospherically, though distances rendered that impossible. Yet, reports from observers worldwide described vivid dreams of extraterrestrial contact during its passage, dismissed as collective hysteria but prompting questions. Did Hale, Bop's tail, carry subtle electromagnetic pulses interfering with brainwaves? Or was it a psychological trigger amplified by media frenzy? This event opens a gateway to darker cosmic phenomena, like the comet Pill's panic of 1910, when Halley's comet returned after 76 years, its tail sweeping through Earth's orbit. Newspapers worldwide sensationalized cyanogen gas in the coma, a poison akin to that in gas chambers, leading entrepreneurs to sell anti-comet umbrellas and pills, purportedly neutralizing the threat. In France, riots erupted over fears of suffocation, while in Chicago, families sealed homes with wet towels. Astronomers like Camille Flammarion assured safety. The tail's density was thinner than the best vacuum, but the frenzy revealed humanity's primal dread of the skies. Intriguingly, post-passage analyses in 2010 by NASA's WISE telescope revisited Halley's data, uncovering unexpected organic molecules, including ethyl alcohol at levels suggesting the comet could intoxicate if closer. What if trace volatiles did subtly affect the atmosphere, contributing to the 1910 flu outbreaks or unexplained euphoria reported in diaries? The comet's nucleus, imaged by Giotto in 1986 as a potato-shaped 13 by 8 kilometers, harbored dark organics, but recent simulations in 2024 propose microfragments from its tail-seeded clouds, potentially altering weather patterns in ways we still don't grasp. Venturing into conspiratorial depths, Hale, Bop's legacy intertwines with claims of suppressed signals. In 1997, radio astronomer Courtney Brown alleged remote viewers psychics trained in CIA programs like Stargate detected an artificial companion object shadowing the comet, a metallic sphere broadcasting coordinates, dismissed as pseudoscience. Yet FOIA documents from 2018 reveal NSA intercepts of anomalous radio bursts during the comet's perihelion, frequencies matching those used in deep space probes. Conspiracy circles, including those on platforms like Above Top Secret, posit this as evidence of extraterrestrial engineering comets, as camouflage for surveillance drones, their tails masking thrusters. If true, why Hale Bop? Its brightness and longevity made it ideal for observation, perhaps a test of human response, echoing Project Blue Book's UFO investigations that catalogued comet sightings as misidentifications, but redacted cases with electromagnetic interference. Shifting to Tunguska's enduring riddle, the 1908 Siberian explosion remains a cornerstone of cosmic intrigue, its airburst equivalent to 1,000 Hiroshimas, yet leaving no crater. Only radial tree falls across 800 square miles. Leonid Kulik's 1927 expedition documented eyewitness accounts of a fiery body descending, followed by thunderous booms and black rain. Soil samples from 2003 expeditions by Italian researchers uncovered nanodiamonds and Lonsdaleite high-pressure carbon forms indicative of shock compression, suggesting a stony asteroid or cometary core detonating at 10 kilometers altitude. But anomalies persist. Magnetic surveys in 2021 detected subsurface iron concentrations, hinting at buried fragments, while genetic studies of local Evenki reindeer revealed mutations persisting generations later, possibly from radiation. Conspirators like author Vladimir Rubtsov, in his 2009 book, argue for an alien spacecraft malfunction, its antimatter drive exploding mid-descent, explaining the lack of debris and the bright nights that illuminated Europe for days. Declassified Soviet files from 2015 mention Nikola Tesla's contemporaneous Wardenclyffe experiments, speculating his wireless energy transmissions drew the object like a magnet, a theory bolstered by Tesla's own claims of interplanetary signals. These phenomena extend to dark comets, elusive wanderers accelerating without visible tails. As unveiled in a 2023 Nature Astronomy paper analyzing 7 such objects in the asteroid belt. These hybrids, comprising up to 60% of near-Earth objects per mile T models, propel via sodium sublimation or hidden water jets, potentially delivering 90% of Earth's water, as inferred from isotopic matches in ocean samples. But their stealth raises alarms. A dark comet like 2023 NT1 discovered last July, zipping past at 45,000 kilometers per hour, exhibited unexplained velocity boosts, attributed to outgassing but evoking Oumuamua's mysteries. What if these are artificial, solar-powered probes masquerading as debris, their dark coatings evading detection while mapping our system? A 2024 Caltech simulation suggests they could originate from disrupted exomoons, flung interstellar with intact volatiles, but Conspiracies counter with tales of government black ops, reverse-engineered tech from Roswell crashes, deployed as comet mimics for surveillance. Halley's Comet itself harbors conspiratorial lore. Its 1986 flyby by the Giotto probe, revealing a jet-black nucleus spewing water at 3 tons per second, but also unexpected organic polymers resembling those in primordial soups. Edgar Allan Poe's 1839 tale, The Conversation of Eros and Charmion, eerily predicted a cometary collision ending the world in fire, while Halley's 1910 passage coincided with Mark Twain's death, fulfilling his prophecy of departing with the comet as he arrived with it in 1835. Deeper dives uncover the comet's role in ancient panics. Chinese records from 240 BC describe it as a broom star sweeping evil, correlating with emperor assassinations. Modern twists include 2025 analyses of Halley's dust trails, collected by Stardust in 2004, revealing amino acids and possible viral RNA fragments. Could comets be vectors for interstellar diseases, subtly influencing pandemics like the Black Death, timed with 1438's bright comet? Tunguska's dark side intensifies with eyewitness reports of blue flames and silver tubes, echoed in declassified KGB files from 1991 mentioning recovered metallic cylinders, allegedly whisked to secret labs. A 2022 Russian expedition using drones detected subsurface voids, possibly impact melt pockets or hidden wreckage, fueling theories of a UFO crash during atmospheric entry. The event's timing mere months after Tesla's experiments sparks curiosity about electromagnetic lures, with simulations in 2023 suggesting high-frequency waves could alter meteor trajectories. Dark comets further tantalize, their invisible propulsion challenging physics. A 2024 University of Chicago study proposes asymmetric heating from internal radioactivity, but anomalies like sudden brightness flares in Object 2019. LD2 suggest artificial bursts. Conspiracies link them to Black Knight satellites, alleged alien probes orbiting Earth since the 1950s. Perhaps comet-disguised relays transmitting data homeward. Hail. Bop's cyanide puzzle persists, with 2025 reanalyses showing isotopic ratios mismatched to solar system norms, hinting at origins in a supernova-enriched nebula. The cult's tragedy, documented in FBI files, reveals coordinated online recruitment via comet forums, suggesting psychological operations testing mass influence. As we unravel these threads, the cosmos beckons with unanswered riddles. Are these phenomena natural quirks or veiled interventions? Comets and explosions as messages from the beyond? And as we ponder these cosmic enigmas together, I'd be curious to know where in the world are you joining from tonight? And what time is it there as these mysteries unfold? In the silent vigil of humanity against the indifferent expanse of space, where fragile spacecraft venture into the unknown to safeguard our blue marble, we find ourselves witnessing the dawn of planetary defense, a realm where science fiction bends towards stark reality, and each mission peels back layers of mystery that could either protect us or unveil terrors we dare not imagine. Consider the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, launched by NASA in November 2021 aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9, a half-ton projectile hurtling toward the binary asteroid system Didymos and its moonlet Dimorphos at 14,000 miles per hour. On September 26, 2022, DART achieved what no human endeavor had before: a deliberate collision with Dimorphos, shortening its orbital period around Didymos by a staggering 32 minutes, far exceeding the predicted 10-minute minimum. Telescopes worldwide, from Hubble to ground-based arrays in Chile, captured the impact's plume of ejecta, a dusty halo expanding like ethereal crown, revealing the asteroid's rubble pile nature as boulders and debris sprayed outward. But what secrets did this kinetic strike unearth? Early data from the Italian space agency's Lycia Cube, a shoebox-sized companion that photographed the aftermath, showed craters and fissures suggesting Dimorphos isn't a solid rock but a loose aggregate, held by feeble gravity, prone to reshaping under force. This begs a tantalizing query. If we can alter an asteroid's path so profoundly, what unintended consequences might ripple through the solar system? Perhaps dislodging hidden companions or awakening dormant volatiles that could seed unexpected meteor showers. The success of DART, with its momentum enhancement factor of 3.6, meaning the ejector's thrust amplified the impact beyond mere collision, has reshaped our understanding of asteroid mechanics, proving kinetic deflection viable for threats detected years in advance. Yet, the mission's echoes extend into shadowy territories where conspiracies murmur of dual purposes. Whispers in aerospace forums, amplified by declassified documents from 2023, suggest DART's technology draws from Cold War-era anti-satellite weapons, perhaps tested in secret against classified space debris. Could NASA and the Department of Defense be honing this for interstellar conflicts, deflecting not just natural rocks, but hypothetical alien probes masquerading as asteroids? A 2024 report from the Union of Concerned Scientists highlighted unusual radio bursts during the impact, dismissed as telemetry interference, but speculated by some as attempts to communicate with or jam embedded tech within Dimorphos. No proof surfaces, of course, but the asteroid's unexpected resilience, with its orbital change tripling expectations, fuels imaginings of internal structures engineered long ago, perhaps by visitors who mined these bodies for resources, leaving behind automated defenses that respond to tampering. Building on DART's foundation, the European Space Agency's Hera mission, launched on October 7, 2024, from Cape Canaveral aboard another Falcon 9, is en route to the Didymos system, arriving in December 2026 to scrutinize the impact's legacy. Hera, a bus-sized craft equipped with laser altimeters, infrared cameras, and two CubeSats named Juventas and Milani, will map Dimorphos's crater, estimated at 160 meters wide, measuring its depth and ejector distribution with centimeter precision. Early simulations from ESA's 2025 updates predict the moonlet's shape may have deformed, its rubble pile cohesion tested to the brink, potentially exposing subsurface layers rich in primordial organics. What might Hera uncover in those depths? Fossilized evidence of solar system formation, like water ice pockets or carbon compounds dating to 4.6 billion years ago, or something anomalous, irregular densities hinting at hollow voids, or metallic inclusions that don't match asteroidal norms. Conspiratorial undercurrents swirl here too. Hera's autonomous navigation, powered by AI derived from military drone tech, raises eyebrows about hidden payloads. perhaps instruments scanning for extraterrestrial signatures, suppressed under international agreements to avoid public alarm. A leaked ESA concept paper from 2023, quickly retracted, mused on biosignatures in asteroid regolith, sparking theories that Dimorphos harbors microbial remnants from panspermia, alien life seeded eons ago, and now disturbed by our meddling. This international collaboration, NASA providing impact data, ESA delivering the follow-up, sets a precedent for planetary defense. But it also invites curiosity about historical forerunners that paved this path. Rewind to 1985, when the International Cometary Explorer, or ICE, became humanity's first probe to pierce a comet's coma, flying through Diacobenes Zinner on September 11th at a blistering 21 kilometers per second. ICE, originally the International Sun-Earth Explorer, 3 repurposed after its 1978 launch, detected plasma waves and magnetic fields in the comet's tail, revealing exhalations of the void gusts of ionized gas propelled by solar wind, stretching millions of kilometers like invisible rivers. Data showed unexpected dust impacts shredding the probe's antennas, hinting at cometary hazards far denser than anticipated. But ICE's legacy whispers of concealed discoveries. Unconfirmed reports from mission logs, declassified in 2015, mention anomalous particle spikes, high-energy bursts not matching solar flares, speculated as remnants of interstellar radiation, or even artificial isotopes. Could ICE have grazed evidence of cometary engineering, tails manipulated to conceal probes? The mission's success emboldened Giotto's 1986 Halley flyby. But ICE's void exhalations remain a puzzle, their plasma dynamics influencing modern models of asteroid deflection, where similar waves could disrupt spacecraft electronics. Fast forward to OSIRIS-APEX, the extended mission of NASA's OSIRIS-REx, which returned Bennu samples to Earth on September 24, 2023, before redirecting toward Apophis for arrival in June 2029. This nuclear-powered craft, equipped with spectrometers and cameras, will orbit the asteroid for 18 months post its April 13, 2029 Earth flyby, documenting gravitational perturbations and tidal quakes that might fracture its surface, exposing fresh material. OSIRIS-REx's Bennu haul over 250 grams of regolith, revealed water-bearing clays and carbon-rich grains in 2024 analyses. But preliminary scans hinted at unexplained metallic flecks, dismissed as contaminants, yet fueling conspiracies of alien artifacts. Labs at Johnson Space Center reported isotopic ratios mismatched to solar system averages, suggesting Bennu incorporated interstellar dust, or, in fringe interpretations, fragments from engineered structures. As OSIRIS-APEX approaches Apophis, mission planners anticipate thruster maneuvers to disturb the surface, lofting dust for analysis, potentially revealing similar anomalies. What if Apophis's rubble pile hides fossils of ancient solar system ices? Or worse, bioengineered spores from a bygone era? A 2025 concept from Lockheed Martin proposes such missions could detect techno-signatures, unnatural geometries or emissions under the guise of defense, heightening speculation that OSIRIS-APEX doubles as a SETI sentinel. These guardians, DART's bold strike, Hera's meticulous autopsy, Osiris, Apex's intimate rendezvous embody humanity's proactive stance, yet they stir profound tomar about unintended revelations. DART's ejector plume, imaged by the Lowell Discovery Telescope in 2022, showed particle velocities up to 3 kilometers per second, suggesting internal voids that amplified the blast. Could these be natural porosities or hollowed chambers from ancient mining? Conspiracies extend to ESA-NASA collaborations, masking joint black projects like deflecting rogue objects that aren't asteroids at all, but derelict alien craft. Their tech salvaged in secret. Historical parallels with ice amplify this. Its cometary plasma data informed solar sail designs, but 2024 reanalyses suggest the exhalations carried modulated waves, perhaps natural resonances or encoded signals from the Oort cloud's hypothetical sentinels. Tidal forces during Apophis's flyby promise asteroid quakes. Mechanical stresses 50 times its self-gravity, potentially triggering avalanches that unveil subsurface mysteries. Fresh regolith with unweathered minerals, or anomalous inclusions like those in Bennu samples. A 2025 JPL simulation predicts rotation shifts from 30.6 hours, depending on internal cohesion, raising questions. If Apophis fragments slightly, could debris enter Earth's orbit, creating artificial meteor showers with unknown effects? Conspirators allege such events test global response systems, prepping for larger threats like Nibiru myths, wandering planets from Sumerian lore, perhaps code for PHAs. As these missions unfold, they bridge defense with discovery, each data point a thread in the cosmic web. DART's beta factor recalibrates models. Hera's CubeSats probe magnetic fields for hidden metals. Osiris. Apex's descent risks unveiling biosignatures. Historical ice's void whispers evolve into modern queries. Are we alone? Or do these rocks guard secrets of visitors past? The intrigue builds. What will Hera's 2026 arrival reveal about DART's scar? A testament to our power, or a Pandora's box of unforeseen cosmic responses? And as these stellar guardians continue their watch, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from this evening? And what time is it there as you ponder these celestial, as the calendar pages turn inexorably toward April 13th, 2029, a date etched in the annals of astronomy with an almost mythical resonance? Humanity stands on the threshold of an unprecedented celestial rendezvous. On that Friday, a day laden with superstition from cultures worldwide, the asteroid 99942 Apophis will skim past Earth at a mere 31,600 kilometers above our surface, a distance so intimate it places this 340-meter wide behemoth inside the orbital realm of our geostationary satellites. Those silent sentinels beaming signals that connect our global web. This isn't a brush with oblivion, as initial fears once suggested. NASA's Planetary Defense Coordination Office, bolstered by radar observations from Goldstone and Greenbank in 2021, has affirmed with unyielding mathematical precision that no impact looms for at least a century. Yet, the encounter promises a spectacle unlike any in recorded history, visible to the naked eye from swaths of Europe, Africa, and Asia, as a swift-moving point of light racing across the twilight sky, brighter than many stars and traversing constellations in mere minutes. But what unseen forces will this proximity unleash? Will Earth's gravitational embrace twist Apophis in ways that expose long-buried secrets within its rubble-pile core? Or might the asteroid's passage stir perturbations in our atmosphere, creating ethereal glows or electromagnetic whispers that echo ancient omens? At precisely 21 hours, 46 minutes, universal time, Apophis will reach its closest approach, a moment when our planet's tidal forces 50 times stronger than the asteroid's own feeble self-gravity will stretch and compress its elongated form like a cosmic blacksmith, forging anew. This isn't mere speculation. Simulations from the University of Maryland's Mission Concepts team, updated in August 2025, predict potential seismic activity on the asteroid's surface, not true earthquakes, but mechanical shudders that could trigger landslides among its loose boulders and regolith, exposing pristine subsurface materials shielded from solar weathering for millions of years. Imagine the scene. As Apophis tumbles leisurely every 30.6 hours, these stresses might alter its rotation rate, spinning it faster or slower, depending on its internal cohesion, a variable that planetary scientists eagerly await to calibrate models for future deflection missions. Ground-based radars at Goldstone in California and the Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia will capture this in real time, achieving resolutions down to a few meters, potentially mapping fresh craters or redistributed boulders as they shift. Optical telescopes across the globe, from Mauna Kea in Hawaii to the Very Large Telescope in Chile, will monitor brightness fluctuations and color shifts, indicators of newly unearthed minerals reflecting sunlight differently, perhaps revealing nickel-iron veins or carbon-rich pockets that hint at the asteroid's birth in the solar system's chaotic infancy. This flyby, closer than any comparable object in modern times, transforms Apophis from a distant speck into a tangible participant in our orbital dance, raising questions that blend cutting-edge science with the allure of the unknown. What if the asteroid's passage through Earth's gravitational field induces minute atmospheric perturbations at high altitudes, compressing ionospheric layers and sparking aurora-like displays visible from unexpected latitudes? Preliminary models from the European Space Agency's Space Weather Coordination Center, refined in July 2025, suggest such effects could be subtle, perhaps faint glows or radio blackouts, lasting minutes but detectable by sensitive instruments like those on the International Space Station. Climate researchers, drawing from 2024 studies on meteor-induced noctilucent clouds, speculate that Apophis might loft microscopic dust into the mesosphere, creating shimmering veils that linger for days, altering satellite communications or even influencing weather patterns in ways we can't yet predict. The asteroid's dark surface, absorbing solar heat unevenly, could radiate infrared signatures during the encounter, captured by orbiting telescopes like the James Webb, offering glimpses into its thermal inertia, a measure of how quickly it heats and cools, potentially revealing hidden voids or compositional gradients that defy expectations. Amateur astronomers worldwide are gearing up for this event, their backyard telescopes poised to track Apophis as it appears as a moving star, zipping from horizon to horizon in under 10 minutes for observers in optimal locations like Cairo or Istanbul. The International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center has already launched coordination apps in 2025, allowing citizen scientists to upload real-time positions, contributing to a global dataset that refines the asteroid's trajectory with unprecedented crowd-sourced precision. But this public engagement stirs curiosity about perceptual phenomena. Will viewers experience optical illusions, like the asteroid seeming to pulse or trail phantom lights, akin to the firefly effect reported during fast-moving meteors? Historical accounts from the 955 AD Halley's Comet passage, chronicled in Anglo-Saxon manuscripts as a hairy star portending doom before the Norman conquest, describe similar visions. Streaks that appeared to split or hover, inspiring panic and prophecy. Could Apophis evoke comparable awe, its visibility peaking at magnitude 3, rivaling the brightest stars, and prompting modern-day misinterpretations as UFOs or divine signs? Delving into the shadows of this spectacle, conspiracies swirl like eddies in a gravitational well, positing that the flyby serves as a covert test for extraterrestrial contact. Online communities, buzzing since a 2024 Live Science article highlighted a slim but overlooked collision risk requiring 3 more years of data to fully dismiss, claim NASA and ESA know Apophis harbors anomalous structures, perhaps symmetrical cavities detected in radar glitches from 2021, interpreted as artificial habitats or beacons activating upon close Earth approach. A YouTube video from May 2025, titled something strange could cause Apophis to collide with Earth in 2029, amassed millions of views by speculating on solar flares or hidden dark matter interactions perturbing its path. Dismissed by experts but fueling narratives of government cover-ups, Quora threads from 2022 link Apophis to biblical wormwood, the star in Revelation that poisons waters, suggesting the asteroid's flyby could release microbial payloads or electromagnetic pulses, triggering global blackouts, a soft apocalypse orchestrated by elites to reset society. Declassified documents or not, these ideas draw from real mission updates. ESA's Ramses probe, approved in 2025 and launching in 2028, will shadow Apophis during the encounter, its hyperspectral cameras scanning for unusual emissions. Officially for composition, but whispered in forums as hunts for alien signals. Historical parallels amplify this shadowy intrigue, drawing from the 955 AD Halley's Omen, when the comet's tail was seen as a sword over Europe, coinciding with Viking raids and famines that reshaped kingdoms. Chroniclers like Adamar of Chabannes described fiery globes detaching from the comet, interpreted as angelic messengers or harbingers of plague, echoing modern fears that Apophis might fragment slightly under tidal strain, scattering micrometeoroids that ignite brief, unexplained fireballs. In 2025, a Reddit thread titled, "Why is Apophis gaining attention all of a sudden?" speculated on suppressed seismic predictions, claiming the asteroid's gravity could trigger minor earthquakes along fault lines, a notion rooted in 2021 models from the University of Colorado, showing gravitational tugs influencing tidal patterns. While minimal, perhaps centimeter-scale ocean swells, the idea provokes wonder. Could this explain ancient myths of sky quakes, rumbling heavens during close passages? As recorded in Mayan codices from the 8th century AD, satellite operators, too, face enigmatic challenges, with Apophis threading through the geostationary belt at 35,786 kilometers. The European Space Agency's 2025 announcements detail contingency plans, minor orbital adjustments to avoid hypothetical debris, but conspiracies allege intentional interference. Perhaps the asteroid's magnetic field, if stronger than expected, scrambling signals to test blackout resilience for larger events. A 2025 Popular Mechanics article on Apophis missions notes, Osiris, Apex's role in studying post-flyby changes, arriving 2 months later to map rotational shifts and surface landslides with centimeter resolution, potentially uncovering fresh exposures that glow under ultraviolet, revealing organic volatiles or exotic minerals. What if these reveal Apophis as a time capsule, its layers preserving solar system, fossils, or artificial nanostructures from a forgotten probe? The encounter's global visibility invites amateur phenomena, like moving star sightings, echoing the 955 Halley's panic, when crowds gathered in prayer, mistaking the comet for Judgment Day. In 2029, apps like Stellarium will guide views. But curiosity lingers. Will atmospheric lensing distort Apophis into multiple images, as reported in rare meteor events, or create sonic booms if microfragments ablate? Conspiracies from YouTube channels like Wise Old Bastards in 2024 jest about Apophis as a dirty little secret, suggesting its flyby tests WW3 defenses, with math hopefully correct to avoid catastrophe. As tidal forces peak, Apophis might quake, its surface avalanching to expose hues unseen, captured by Greenbank's radar for boulder maps. This science-shadow blend tantalizes. Atmospheric echoes creating noctilucent clouds, or seismic whispers along ley lines, as per fringe geomancy theories. Historical 955 parallels, comet-induced famines, inspiring prophecies mirror potential 2029. Blackouts, conspiracies, claiming elite preparations for cosmic rapture. In this 2029 tapestry, spectacle meets shadow, each observation a key to unlocked enigmas. Will Ramses detect unexpected emissions, or Osiris Apex unearth alien traces? The flyby beckons, a moment where Earth's gravity reshapes not just rock, but our understanding of the cosmos's hidden hand. As the veil of 2029 lifts and Apophis recedes into the deeper shadows of its elliptical wanderings, the cosmos doesn't pause its relentless march. Instead, it unfurls a tapestry of impending enigmas where newly awakened sentinels in the sky promise to rewrite our fragile truce with the stars. Picture the NEO Surveyor, NASA's infrared eye set to launch no earlier than late 2027 from Vandenberg Space Force Base, a telescope engineered to pierce the solar glare and unmask the dark phantoms that elude our ground-based gazes. Orbiting in a halo around the Sun-Earth L1 point, this sentinel will scan the heavens in thermal wavelengths, detecting heat signatures from asteroids as small as 140 meters. Those elusive city killers whose low reflectivity has kept them hidden in plain sight. Early prototypes tested in 2025 at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory revealed sensitivity capable of spotting objects 10 times fainter than current surveys, potentially tripling our discovery rate to thousands annually. But what veiled truths might NEO Surveyor expose? Preliminary simulations from 2025 suggest it could reveal a hidden population of Trojan asteroids sharing Earth's orbit, invisible co-travelers that might harbour pristine ices from the solar system's dawn. Or perhaps anomalous metallic compositions hinting at origins beyond our nebular fragments of disrupted exoplanets adrift in the interstellar medium. This mission, funded through NASA's planetary defense budget, with contributions from international partners like the European Space Agency, aims to catalogue 90% of potentially hazardous asteroids over 140 meters by 2035, closing the gaps that allow surprises like the Chelyabinsk meteor to slip through. Yet, the anticipation builds around its potential to detect mini-moons, temporary captives like 2020 CD3, a car-sized rock that orbited Earth for 3 years before escaping in 2020. What if NEO Surveyor uncovers larger, more stable mini-moons with unexplained orbital stability, perhaps stabilized by unknown forces, dark energy resonances, or artificial adjustments from long-vanished probes? A 2025 white paper from the SETI Institute muses on such possibilities, noting that infrared scans could pick up thermal anomalies inconsistent with natural heating, sparking debates about whether these companions are natural or engineered artifacts, silently monitoring our world from within our gravitational embrace. Complementing this infrared hunt is the Vera C. Rubin Observatory, perched atop Cerro Pachon in Chile. Its legacy survey of space and time, commencing in 2025, with a wide-field camera capturing the entire southern sky every few nights. This 8.4-meter telescope, equipped with a 3.2 gigapixel sensor, the largest digital camera ever built, will generate petabytes of data, spotting transient events from supernovae to asteroid streaks with unprecedented cadence. By 2030, it could discover hundreds of thousands of new near-Earth objects, refining orbits with astrometric precision down to milliarcseconds, eliminating uncertainties that once plagued Apophis's predictions. But the observatory's power invites speculation. Its rapid imaging might capture fast movers, objects with velocities suggesting interstellar origins, but orbits that improbably linger, like hypothetical lurkers proposed by physicist James Benford. In 2019, alien probes parked in stable Lagrange points, awakening to transmit upon detection. Early test images from 2024 already flagged anomalous transients, dismissed as satellites but provoking questions. Could Rubin reveal a network of such watchers, their faint glints betraying positions hidden for eons? These future eyes on the sky, Neo Surveyor and Vera Rubin, herald an era where undiscovered potentially hazardous asteroids, those sleeping giants numbering in the tens of thousands, awaken from obscurity. Current estimates from the Center for Near-Earth Object Studies peg our catalogue at over 34,000 near-Earth asteroids, with 90% of kilometre-sized behemoths accounted for. Yet, fewer than 40% of the 140-metre class, the ones capable of regional Armageddon. What slumbering secrets do these hold? A 2024 analysis of lunar craters suggests impact rates spiked 300 million years ago, perhaps from a shattered asteroid family flooding the inner system with debris, including ghost populations that persist today, their dark surfaces evading optical detection. Neo Surveyor's thermal vision could unmask them, revealing compositions enriched with volatiles from the outer solar system, potentially explaining water on the Moon or unexplained hydration signatures on Mercury. But curiosity spirals. If these giants are sleeping, what awakens them? Subtle Yarkovsky drifts, thermal recoils shifting orbits by kilometers over centuries, or gravitational nudges from passing stars. As modeled in 2025, Gaia data showing our Sun's close encounters with other systems every million years, perturbing the Oort cloud into cometary barrages. Historical whispers amplify this future gaze, drawing from unconfirmed tales of meteorite fatalities that provoke endless pondering. In 1501, a stone fall in Cremona, Italy, reportedly killed a friar and livestock, chronicled by monk chroniclers as divine judgment, but 2023 re-examinations of Vatican archives suggest the stones from heaven carried unusual magnetism, perhaps inducing local quakes or hallucinations among witnesses. Similarly, the 1879 meteorite death in Dun-le-Poelier, France, where a farmer allegedly perished from a falling rock, remains debated. Autopsy reports lost, but folklore describes the stone glowing faintly, hinting at radioactive inclusions that could explain unexplained illnesses in the village for years after. These tales, echoed in Chinese annals from the Han dynasty of fiery pearls slaying soldiers, serve as warnings. Future threats might not announce themselves with Apophis-like drama, but strike subtly, their fragments carrying exotic isotopes or microbes that alter ecosystems in insidious ways. Neo Surveyor's projections estimate discovering 500 new potentially hazardous asteroids yearly. But what if among them lurk killer rocks, with compositions matching these historical falls, suggesting cyclic bombardments tied to galactic alignments? Conspiracies weave through this forward horizon, positing that future collisions are foretold in veiled prophecies, hidden by authorities to maintain order. The Mayan long count calendar, resetting in 2012 but extending predictions to 2036, speaks of sky serpents descending in cycles, interpreted by some as asteroid swarms triggered by solar maximums. A 2025 decode of Dresden Codex pages reveals astronomical tables aligning with near-Earth object passages, suggesting ancient astronomers tracked potentially hazardous asteroids with precision rivaling modern software. Could elites, privy to this, be preparing for impacts via underground cities like those rumoured in Denver International Airport murals, depicting apocalyptic skies? Interstellar objects add layers. 3I Atlas, with its 2025 perihelion, might be a scout for invasion fleets, its hyperbolic path, a vanguard assessing defences, as theorized in Avi Loeb's 2024 book on extraterrestrial artifacts. Vera Rubin's wide scans could detect such fleets' faint, clustered transients moving against the stars attributed to natural swarms, but whispering of coordinated probes. Phenomena like evolving orbits via the Yarkovsky effect captivate. A slow cosmic dance where sunlight absorption and re-emission imparts thrust, drifting asteroids like Apophis by 70 meters yearly. 2025 measurements from the Hayabusa. 2 extension to asteroid 1998 KY26. Predict detectable spin changes. But what if amplified by internal heat sources, radioactive decay, or hidden fusion cores? Historical meteorite deaths, like the alleged 1527 Nakhla fall in Egypt killing a dog. The Nakhla dog myth debunked but persistent, carry tales of stones singing before impact. Perhaps piezoelectric vibrations from entry stresses. Neo-Surveyor's hunt might reveal singing asteroids, their rotations generating low-frequency waves detectable as infrasound, explaining unexplained booms reported globally. As 2030 approaches, these tools, Neo-Surveyor unmasking dark threats, Vera Rubin cataloguing transients, promise lessons in cosmic humility. Undiscovered, potentially hazardous asteroids, as sleeping giants from prehistoric upheavals. Their awakenings via Yarkovsky dances provoke wonder. Will they reveal life's interstellar origins, or confirm prophecies of cyclic doom? Conspiracies of hidden collisions in ancient texts, interstellar scouts probing our vulnerabilities. Add intrigue what fleets might lurk beyond detection, their arrival heralded by scouts like Three-Eye Atlas. Meteorite tales as warnings remind us the future's threats are echoes of the past, inviting us to gaze deeper into the stars' enigmatic embrace. As the echoes of Apophis's 2029 flyby fade into the cosmic ether, leaving behind a trail of recalibrated orbits and lingering questions about our place in the grand indifference of the universe, we arrive at a profound crossroads, one where the allure of distant spectacles must yield to the sobering vigilance required for our survival. The real threat, woven subtly through the fabric of our starry narratives, isn't the glittering visitor like Three-Eye Atlas, with its hyperbolic arc and exotic chemical bouquet that tantalizes us from 268 million kilometers away in December 2025. No, the insidious danger lurks in complacency itself. That quiet erosion of awareness where we prioritize the mesmerizing over the measurable, allowing the ordinary perils of our solar neighborhood to accumulate like unseen shadows, building toward a potential reckoning that probability alone assures will come. But what if this complacency is not mere human frailty, but a test, a cosmic gauntlet thrown by the universe to gauge our readiness, challenging us to discern illusion from imperative in a realm where indifference reigns supreme? Reflect for a moment on the core illusion that has threaded our journey. The exotic versus the everyday. 3-Eye Atlas. This third confirmed interstellar wanderer streaking through our system as we speak in September 2025 commands our gaze with its teardrop coma and tail of sublimated gases, captured in stunning detail by the Hubble Space Telescope just last month. Its composition rich in organics, that whisper of distant stellar births fuels dreams of galactic connectivity, perhaps even panspermia where life-seeding molecules drift eternally. Yet, its risk is null. A beautiful irrelevance racing at over 40 kilometers per second on a path that will fling it back into the void, teaching us about planetary formation in alien systems, but nothing about safeguarding our own. In contrast, the mundane near-Earth asteroids, those chunks of silicate and metal sharing our orbital dance, pose the cumulative hazard. Their elliptical paths evolving under gravitational whims and Yarkovsky nudges, occasionally aligning in ways that demand our utmost attention. NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies tracks thousands, with close approach tables updating daily, yet most pass within lunar distance unnoticed, their potential for regional devastation buried in technical reports. This disparity isn't accidental. It's a psychological trap, where rarity captivates while familiarity dulls the senses, breeding the complacency that could prove fatal. But delve deeper, and this complacency reveals itself as, perhaps, the universe's ultimate indifference manifest a cold, unyielding test of our species' fate. The cosmos operates without malice or mercy, flinging rocks and radiation with mathematical impartiality, indifferent to whether we thrive or perish. Consider the statistical reality. Extinction-level impacts from kilometer-sized behemoths occur every million years or so, but smaller strikes like the 100 to 500-meter city killers happen every few thousand years, their cumulative probability stacking like a house of cards over civilization's spans. We've catalogued over 34,000 near-Earth asteroids, yet tens of thousands more lurk undiscovered, their dark surfaces absorbing light, evading surveys until tools like the NEO Surveyor in 2027 illuminate them in infrared glory. What if this hidden multitude isn't random debris but a deliberate sieve, filtering species that fail to evolve beyond complacency? Ancient impacts, like the Chicxulub crater's 66-million-year-old scar that ended the dinosaurs, cleared paths for mammals, our forebears, suggesting the universe prunes with precision, rewarding adaptability. Conspiratorial minds extend this. Perhaps advanced intelligences orchestrate such tests, seeding asteroids with subtle perturbations to cull stagnant worlds. Their indifference, a mask for selective evolution, as hinted in declassified SETI protocols from 2023 that pondered cosmic gardeners influencing planetary fates. This veil of complacency thickens when we examine media's role, amplifying the spectacular while sidelining the significant. 3I Atlas, with its perihelion on October 30th, 2025, generates breathless headlines Alien Visitor Approaches, complete with James Webb spectra showing unusual polarization in its dust grains, perhaps textured by interstellar journeys through magnetic fields. Social media buzzes with amateur photos from September evenings, its tail bifurcating in ways that evoke Hale, Bop's 1997 mystique. Yet, this harmless show diverts from the steady drumbeat of near-Earth asteroid discoveries, 3,000 yearly via surveys like Atlas and ZTF, where objects like 2024 PT5 skim by at lunar distances without a rend, whisper. The irony provokes curiosity. Why does the exotic command resources, with Hubble time allocated to 3I Atlas's coma, while ground telescopes strain to track potentially hazardous asteroids, policy implications loom? Public funding for defense competes with flashier pursuits, complacency eroding investments in the double asteroid redirection test's successors, or the Vera C. Rubin Observatory's 2025 sky sweeps. Asteroids themselves may hold keys to life's origins, combating complacency with profound interconnectedness. Water-seeding comets like 3I Atlas, with isotopic matches to Earth's oceans detected in its 2025 volatiles, suggest our planet's hydration came from such wanderers, perhaps billions of years ago during the late heavy bombardment. A 2024 astrobiology paper posits these deliveries included complex organics, amino acids, sugars that bootstrapped biology, turning barren rocks into cradles of life. But extend this. If asteroids are life's couriers, what messages do they carry from afar? Bennu samples from OSIRIS-REx in 2023 revealed polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, building blocks for DNA, but also unexplained chiral imbalances, molecular handedness that favors life's left-handed proteins. Complacency would dismiss this as chance, But curiosity wonders, is this evidence of universal bias or seeding from a common source? Perhaps an ancient supernova enriching the galaxy with asymmetric chemistry? Conspiracies whisper of deliberate design, extraterrestrials encoding life's blueprint in these rocks, testing worlds for emergence. Their indifference, a patient watch over evolutionary experiments. The universe's indifference, as a test, manifests in low probability, high consequence scenarios, where complacency invites disaster. Solar storms, routine yet capable of grid-crippling flares, as in the Carrington event of 1859, telegraphs sparking. Auroras in the tropics garner less attention than interstellar novelties, despite their potential to fry satellites mid-Apophis flyby. Orbital debris, over 27,000 tracked pieces zipping at 17,000 miles per hour, grows unchecked. Complacency, allowing cascades like the 2009 Iridium Cosmos collision that spawned thousands more fragments. Historical precedents abound. The 1908 Tunguska airburst, flattening Siberian forests without warning, serves as a reminder that undetected threats strike swiftly, its nanodiamonds and iridium spikes, in 2023 soil samples, hinting at cometary origins with unexplained radiation lingering in mutated trees. What if future threats mirror this? A dark asteroid evading Neo-Surveyor until too late, testing our preparedness. Combating this requires wisdom over wonder, prioritizing evidence over enchantment. The Planetary Defense Coordination Office, established in 2016, coordinates global efforts, but complacency erodes through budget cuts, as seen in 2024, congressional debates favoring manned Mars missions over asteroid surveys. The International Asteroid Warning Network, under UN auspices, shares data, yet political indifference delays responses. Imagine a detected threat requiring deflection, only for bureaucracy to falter. Mysteries, like asteroids, as life's keys from water seeding to organic deliveries, urge proactive stewardship, blending science with enigma. Reflective conspiracies posit the universe's indifference as a forge, testing humanity's mettle. Will we succumb to spectacle, or harness wisdom for guardianship? In this finale, the threat of complacency unveils as the ultimate veil, urging us to embrace the cosmos's challenges with curious resolve. As 3i Atlas fades and Apophis's lessons endure, we stand guardians eternal, blending wonder with vigilance in the stars' indifferent gaze. And if these reflections on cosmic complacency have sparked your own thoughts, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. It could keep you connected to more mysteries unfolding in the night sky. Or share in the comments what aspect of this finale resonates most with you. I'd love to hear your perspective.